Next up in the quarterfinals, Sweden's Tobias Harila takes on Ireland's Ciaran Clarke.
Tobias Harila from Sweden has got to this quarterfinal by knocking out Sadiq Durman, but in front of him this time is the young man from the Republic of Ireland, Ciaran Clarke.
And Ciaran Clarke, a very tough and durable athlete. Tough test in Tobias Harila here tonight. One of the larger men in this weight division, also very gifted indeed.
That's right, and Clarke will have to be careful because we saw Harila stop Durman with heavy ground and pound when he got the opportunity. And as you said, he capitalizes on the strengths that size brings to this division.
The reach as well. Tough to deal with on the ground or in the upright. Harila continues to plod onwards. Interesting to see southpaw plays orthodox here.
Yes, and Ciaran Clarke looks to turn him and take him up to the cage after some heavy shots from Harila, and looking for that single leg there, Chris.
Yeah, thought about going to the high crotch. Shrugged off by Harila. Well done, he spun away from the fence there. That's an art in itself, you know. Not just getting into the clinch, but getting out.
Well, he's got to be careful, though, because twice, just before Clarke went for the single leg again, Harila moved towards that left hand. Clarke saw it, and that will be his stronger arm from the southpaw stance. And Harila was sailing close to the wind there, but has recovered.
I like the way that Harila countered by flicking his shin to the outside of the leg. Similar to the fence that we're actually seeing here from Clarke. Knee from Harila to the breadbasket and then to the inside leg. I like it. He's mixing things up, staying unpredictable.
Yes, looking to work that head in again under the chin of Ciaran Clarke, but Clarke staying focused, and this is the third time now, Chris, he's gone for that single leg, but Harila defending it well.
Harila doing everything he can right now to, again, work off the wire. He wants to really try and reverse his position. Clarke determined. I'm not sure he's got enough time on the clock to get him down. Wow, and I stand corrected, he does.
Well, it was a nice switch up, wasn't it? He went from one leg to the other, and as you said, the determination paid off for him, and the first time Harila finds himself on his back against the cage wire.
It seemed to me that Harila was timing an explosive escape, but beautifully countered there by Clarke with that outside trip. Gets that double leg and the golden ticket that we talk about often in wrestling, pulling the hips away, getting the dump. I'm very impressed with Clarke. I mean, he's such a gritty guy. He gets in there and makes you work at all times.
Yes, and as I said, he was mixing it with Harila upright and was doing very well, wasn't intimidated, looking to get the left hand going. Third time lucky with the takedown, and it was the opposite leg he was trying for as well.
Beautiful again. Clarke working the pass. 10-second clapper's gone. And that was the explosiveness that you often see from Harila. People get him into positions like this, and he's just so good at bullying his way out. But one around mount, great back and forth action.
Round two coming up now, and Ciaran Clarke has really given Tobias Harila from Sweden a run for his money, and for me, might even, with the second half of that round, taken the points, Chris.
I think he did. A couple of good completions there. And Harila, I think, is going to try to work off that jab. Nice short jab there. He caught Tobias, I think, a little bit unaware, coming in straight with his head up.
But he's had to ship some heavy punishment. He went for that single leg again and was punished with some heavy shots here from Harila, capitalizing on the miss this time. And Ciaran Clarke has to eat a knee as well. Heavy, heavy artillery coming in from Harila.
Harila snaps that head, but Clarke, ever persistent, going for that triangle. He's got that diamond guard there, that sort of halfway position. Knees pinched, ankles crossed, one arm in. Harila knows this, sits back on his thighs, looks up to the sky. Even that head posture alone is key.
And you can see the damage to Ciaran Clarke on his back there, the blood running into the eye, and it was from that exchange when he went for the single leg. Harila spun and then through the heavy leather, and he is cut here.
Surprising seeing a stand-up there. I mean, yes, it was a stagnant position, but there is a little bit of a war of attrition there. The triangle halfway to completion. Of course, Harila forced to try and defend there. An interesting choice by the referee. Nonetheless, we return to the upright.
And we return another strong right hand from Harila. And Ciaran Clarke from the Republic looking for the left round kick, but he's so quick on his feet and heavy-handed, you feel, Harila.
And again, great head movement from Clarke. I'm really impressed with this guy's wrestling as well. I mean, he's got good submission pedigree, but he's also got the positional wrestling. You need that in MMA. He's been very gifted in that department.
Harila, as you see, posturing right up, protecting that takedown. We saw Clarke persistent in the last round and eventually get it, switching from the right to the left leg quickly with the little trip attempt as he does here again. It was successful in round one, but Harila, I think, is onto it here in the second.
Harila doing everything he can to try and fight the head pressure here. Clarke, though, very, very tenacious would be the word I would use to describe. He fights with just caution thrown to the wind, no fear. And I love it. That's the type of commitment you want.
He's shown to be very durable as well, because there's some heavy hands in those previous combinations which caused the split to the eye. But even when, as you said, the eye was bleeding, all he was looking for was the submission.
Look at him lower his weight there. Try to get under the hips of Tobias.
Oh, he's taking some heavy shots again, and the referee has stepped in very quickly. There was a left and a right, and he's called it off.
Wow.
Chris, he's called it off.
Wow, what a finish there for Tobias Harila. Emphatic and instantaneous turnaround. That's a big dominant finish. He'll go on to the next round.
So, Chris, if we look at the replay, Clarke was doing so well, and then suddenly two heavy, heavy shots from Harila, and it's totally changed the perspective.
Those were game-changing shots. It can all turn on a sixpence. It can turn on a dime in MMA. Well done there for Harila, despite a very ambitious and brave performance from Ciaran Clarke. Love seeing Team Island in this tournament. Clarke, very impressive despite getting the wrong side of the decision here tonight. Harila goes on, Team Sweden into the next round.